Hello, and welcome to my PowerPoint presentation on 3 games that Marcus Aurelius would have loved. So, first off, what did Aurelius teach? Well, if you don't know, Marcus Aurelius was the Roman emperor from 161 to, I believe, 180 CE, and he wrote a massive body of work known as Meditations, which was originally not supposed to be publicized, but obviously, since it's in bookstores everywhere today, it somehow ended up being there. So, that body of work is known as Meditations once again, and it is essentially a reflective rumination on all of the lessons of his life. Aurelius really taught the strength of a sound mind, of a peaceful mind. He called it the inner citadel. And I posted a bunch of quotes here from his book because there's just so much he taught, I could never possibly go over all of it. But in the first chapter of his book, he talks about how reliable and reliant he was on and for his teachers, which once again, there are so many I could never name them all on a single slide. But a few are Apollonius, Maximus, Seneca, I believe. And there are, like I said, just so many of them, which he credits. A lot of his quotes used his own mortality as a driving factor. One of them is "Remember, you will die," or "We die every day. Most men only die once." But he also preached a lot of virtue, and he would really press that into there. Like right there, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. So forgiveness. He believed in working. He didn't believe in being lazy. Comfort's the worst addiction. And that was most of what I could sum up in one slide. So let's go on to the games. First up, we have Obzu. Now, anybody who has ever played Obzu or Journey, or I believe it's called Sword of the Sea, you guys just know this game is very peaceful. It's very breathtaking scenery, the animals. You really see some of the darker things that humanity has done on the wildlife, but you also get to see the good and what it means to choose the right thing. You're this one person, you can totally have an impact just by making the right choices repeatedly over and over. Like he said, having that peace in your mind and choosing what a good man is. I believe he would really enjoy going through and watching our main character, whose name I unfortunately don't remember at the moment, just help all this wildlife and experience it and just be at peace with it. I would love to hear what Aurelius thinks about some of the sea life that I know he's probably never seen before. Um, and I really think it would affect him in a deep and changing way. Next up, we have Celeste. And Celeste, I believe, once again, famous for the typos at this moment, but I think it would really coincide with his inner citadel, like the peaceful mind, like we're talking about. Anybody who doesn't know, Celeste is a very challenging platformer game where our main character, Madeline, would. How do I want to explain it? She's kind of fighting her own mind in a way. In the bottom right, you have this caricature. They call it the inner demon, but her name is Badeline. And as I stated earlier, he we have power over our own minds, not outside events. So, what would his advice be if that mind was to attack itself? Um, how would he help Madeline, somebody who's struggling with these severe inner thoughts that are really overpowering at times, as you'll see in the game? How would you really help somebody who's dealing with that hard depression get over not having that power over their own mind? And finally, we have the Nightling. And first off, I want to say thank you to my artist, Dan, for the top right. This was a lovely picture he drew for me about this game, and I'm very grateful to him for that. But the Nightling is a game about a young boy who loses his ward, if you will, or whatever the opposite of a ward is. But it is Sir Lionstone, and Sir Lionstone goes missing, and the Nightling kind of has to take over for him. And everybody doubts this kid. Like, everybody is so rude and cruel to him. And as Aurelius once said, waste no time wondering what a good man is, just be one. And the Nightling does just that. the Nightling still chooses to be kind regardless of how anybody treats him, how they talk to him. And I think Aurelius would really, really love that in a character. I think he would really adore that because Aurelius was the emperor of Rome during arguably one of the hard times. He had the plagues, he had the Vikings, he had a lot of stuff going on. And he still chose not to view the gladiator pits. He viewed it as senseless violence. And I think everybody should play this game, especially the people in my generation who are very cruel nowadays. We're very crass. We are all chronically online, jumping to some ill conclusions, over politicized, over radicalized, if you will. And I really think we all just need to realize sometimes it's okay to just be the good man, be the good woman, be the good person. And there's a lot of value we can really extract from that. I think Aurelius would really connect with that character that chases this nobility and goes out of his way to help these people, even if it doesn't do anything for him, even if he gets no immediate or return at all. There's no reward for him, but he still chooses to be kind and noble. And I really think that Aurelius would prop this kid up. I think he would use him as an example, maybe in some new Meditations Part 2 Electric Boogaloo thing to kind of use as an example for what it is to be a good man. So that's all I have for today. And first up, I just want to say thank you to all of you guys so much. 140 subscribers in less than a week is absolutely crazy to me. And all of your engagement, your likes, your comments, your views, everything is so encouraging. And it means so much more to you guys than you could possibly know. Um, there's been a lot of comments for me to cover other people, and I want to get to all of them, but it obviously takes time. I can't post too much at one point. I would have about 3 of these out in a day if I could, but YouTube would tag me for spam. So unfortunately, I'm not really allowed to do that. But if you like what I do here, please subscribe. It means a lot to me, and you'll see all the stuff I'm doing. I want to start streaming eventually. I'd really love to get a Patreon and get more of those artworks for you guys done so you could maybe have a way to support me if you want to, but a way I could also give back to you guys who have just really made this so enjoyable for me. So, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for this. It's been awesome to hear. Bye.